Hi T. This is for you because the internet grandpa had to take down his American Experience storybook book. So I decided that I was going to try to help you out, and I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm going to do my best to help you read this book this year. So, the American Experience storybook. Page 5. It's time to celebrate heroes again. In the era of the tabloid cynicism reigns, we don't want to hear what so-and-so accomplished fairly, or what a good father famous Mr. Jones is, or the way well-known Mrs. Smith volunteered her time. Cynicism sells. Dirty laundry sells. Skeletons in the closet sell. Not only that, we often praise skepticism in general as a sign of good thinking skills, and sometimes it is. We watch Mythbusters, we scour arguments for fallacies, we dissect everything a presidential candidate says. Lately, cynicism about America seems especially trendy. The phrase American dream has picked up a sadly sarcastic connotation, and one can barely mention Christopher Columbus without being bludgeoned with how unfairly he treated the Native Americans. Is there truth in the sarcasm of the dream? Is there truth in the accusations against Christopher Columbus? Yes. Flawed humans developed the American dream, and Christopher Columbus was a flawed human. But is that the most important takeaway? As passionate seekers and celebrators of truth, have we discounted goodness and beauty? Is there an important balance to rediscover? I think so. I think it's important to acknowledge the whole truth and to recognize the earthly flaws we live in. But I think it's important to have heroes too. What is a hero? Someone good and strong? Someone brave? Someone right? Merriam-Webster's dictionary relegates heroes to mythology in its first definition: a mythological or legendary figure, often of divine descent, endowed with great strength or ability. For this discussion, let's err on the more practical side of our definition. Hero: someone, often famous, characterized by exceptional virtue, courage, or discernment, whose actions positively shaped his or her world. With the exception of Jesus, no one has ever been perfect. No fondly remembered leader, no beloved saint. We know and accept this. Does that mean that nothing anyone has ever done is worthy of note or imitation? I should think not. And if I may say so, I think Jesus would agree. Consider the parable of the Good Samaritan, Luke 10:25 through 37. We have no idea what the Samaritan's everyday life was like. We have no idea if he stole something once when he was a child, if he was ever rude to his wife in an argument, or if he sometimes cheated while playing board games. As far as we know, the Good Samaritan did not really exist at all. He was a character Jesus invented to make a point. However, the Good Samaritan was human, so we know he was flawed. And yet Jesus thought one action of the Samaritans was worthy of emulation. Regardless of the rest of his life, the Samaritan's decision to go out of his way to help someone made him kind of a hero. Someone, in at least one situation, whom Jesus wanted his disciples to imitate. Jesus believed in heroes. In fact, the Bible is full of heroes. Brave and virtuous men and women, all human, all flawed, who went against the status quo or gave 110% because they knew it was right. Of course, healthy cynicism has its place. We need to remember that all people are just people, and check our facts and report accurately when appropriate. But today, particularly in and regarding America, we get a substantial dose of cynical realism. America is a country founded by flawed humans, but for the most part, with genuinely good intent. If Christopher Columbus's method of evangelism was implemented poorly, does that mean we discount his perseverance in finding the New World? If he collected wealth too greedily, does that mean his desire to spread the gospel was all a sham? Not necessarily, and it certainly does not mean that the right thing to do is to focus exclusively on his shortcomings. In this collection of stories, we want to celebrate the brave and virtuous men and women who shaped America. Are they all perfect? Absolutely not. Are they all remembered for some actions worthy of emulation? Absolutely. We need heroes. We need people to admire who remind us that dreams can be achieved with hard work, that persevering pays off, that love and truth can take the day. In this era of cynicism, we need true, good, beautiful encouragement. As you will read later in our story about Theodore Roosevelt, author Herman Hagedorn agrees. He credits Theodore Roosevelt's good character to the admiration of his father as Theodore grew up. It was of the greatest moment to the growth of Theodore's character that he should have lived those early years so intimately close to a man of such unquestionably heroic stature. Theodore Roosevelt grew up to be a man of strong character, powerful convictions, and good heart because he had a hero to imitate. We live in a flawed and sinful world, but part of godly living is learning how to practice discernment and learn from our broken world. It is important to see good in people, even though there is bad too. God created all people uniquely and wonderfully. It would be irresponsible and tragic, even rude to the Creator, to allow the enemy to rob us of all the good. In these stories of America's past, readers will not only learn history, but also aspects and attributes of great character. Be inspired by the enduring ingenuity of Thomas Edison, the joyful resourcefulness of Clara Barton, the winsome leadership of Ronald Reagan. Celebrate the characters who made America, and celebrate the making of great character in yourself and those around you. Stephanie B. Meter.